Is this working? Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, so taking off from yesterday, the issue yesterday, where is it? Yeah. So the issue yesterday with the presentation mode was actually, well, a bit stupid because you're already using environment here in the app environment, and then you're trying to use, where is it? And then you're trying to use the actual environment from SwiftUI, and it's the property wrapper, and it wasn't working. So now prefixing with the actual name of the module works fine. So this, if I run this, it should be fine now. Let me see. Is this working? Yeah. Okay. I mean, to be fair, this was already working, but yeah, it was already working anyway. But at least now I know why it wasn't. So this is okay. So this is fine. This is working. And the idea for today is just a very quick change around the UI based on the state that the view model shows, right? So you have your, where is it? So you have your view here, and depending on the state of the view model, you want to show something. I'm not too sure if I can use a switch here. I don't think I can actually. I mean, I can just do something like generate okay, render view, and this is going to be a pure function, and that goes from that takes the states, which is a view model dot state, and returns a view. I think I can do this. Which is fine. And then I can just clean this up, and I can say, for example, render, and you pass the view model dot state. Okay, so this should be fine. So something like this. And if I do this instead, it should work, maybe. This is actually is login present. Oh, I see. Okay, it actually requires a couple more things. It requires this inherit state here. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I don't really like to do this, honestly. I would prefer to actually have this outside and not being dependent on this state. But I mean, for the sake of this, I'll I'll just put it here, and it should work. Okay, this thing is really annoying me. So new group. I'll just call it Common UI for now. I mean, I guess eventually I would move this somewhere else. Yeah, I guess at some point it would probably be a better thing to actually have a different framework, put all the common UI that is not domain specific, put it there, and then just use it around. This is actually a very common practice in projects, just to have the bits that are not dependent on the business needs, which is the case of this web view. This actually has a horrible name. I'll call it web view. Not too sure if it's actually a better name now, but okay. So the idea now is to take this off. I'll call this web view. Okay. Okay, so you can import SwiftUI. Will it complain? Yeah, it's complaining about this. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine as well. Jesus Christ. This indentation is killing me, but this is fine. Okay, so this is fine. What you can do now is you're gonna switch on the state, and based on the state, you're gonna render the right UI. So this is sort of what we want. So if it's loading, then what we really want is to show a spinner, for example, if it's authenticated, and I still need to think about this, honestly. For now, I'll just return an empty view and be done with this. If it's unauthenticated, we're gonna show what we have right now, which is this bit here, and this is irritating a little bit. It's fine. What is this? Okay, so this is switch. I can just return empty view here. It's fine as well. Does this compile? Okay, I'm not using this. Okay. Oh, yes, I should be returning this, I guess. A function declares an opaque. Yes, I see. Okay, can I do this? Nope. Okay, I see where you're going with this. So the problem, so the problem now is, it's fine. So the problem here now is basically your body, the body of your function is expecting some view, right? Is expecting a particular kind of view. And the problem here is that independently of the fork in the logic, independently of what case it's picked, it wants always the same type. So that's the problem here. So if it's loading, it wants the same type as if it was authenticated or if it was unauthenticated, right? This is what it wants. Now you can actually get around this by, for example, saying, okay, I'm gonna give you a VStack, right? I'm gonna give you a VStack, and you'll have to deal with that. Now I just don't remember what is the. I just don't remember what's the actual syntax to do this. I need to check. I think I need to check how this. I think this is from Anders on GitHub. Cycler. I think he does this. I'm not too sure. This beautiful man. Yep. This guy. But back where we were, I think he actually does something akin to what I want to do. I'm just not too sure how he does it. I think I recall a particular type that he uses to actually achieve this. What was it? Was it in the example that he does this? Can I just do this? Maybe I can just do this. So if I do vstack with, be happy. Okay. We can go with this. This is fine. It's fine. It's a way to get around it, around the situation. I mean, it's fine. It's missing here, and I mean, ideally we should sort of clean this up because it's but written this spot they do not match the underlying types. Oof. Okay. Is it the problem? So usually usually the way I go about this is, okay, I don't know which one is the offending case, right? You look at this and you're like, okay, you know why this is happening, you just don't know which one is the problem. So the usual way is just, okay, I'm gonna comment this out, I'm gonna put an empty view, and I'm gonna pray, and I'm gonna see if this works. So if this works, which it does, just give me a second here, just to, this can go out of here, you can, where was it? Yeah, you can go here. You happy now? Why is this not working? I would expect edit in scope doesn't work. Okay. Oh, here it works, but it doesn't work here. Fair enough. I'm actually curious now. Wait a second. If I do it here, okay, now it works. Okay, now it works. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now it's succeeding. So now I know that the problem is here. If okay, so if I put what? If I put a text field, does it complain as well? Or? I see. This is the problem. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what this gentleman has done. Yeah. So is it a group? Is it a group? No, it's not a group. Or is it? So if I put a group, will it still be typed? Will it still complain? Is it still typed? Probably it is still typed. It is. Group empty text. Okay. How did I get around this? I remember that on this article I had exactly the same issue, but I wrote this like a month and a half ago. I already signed in today. Okay. So I download this. Okay. It should be the final one. Let me just have a look at this. Yeah, this is fine. So what I was doing here, I'm pretty sure I had the same issue here. I'm absolutely sure I had the same issue. Section, H stack. list search field. Okay, so what if I put it inside the navigation view, will you be happy with it? So you're telling me that if I var some view empty section, some view section. Oh, I see, they're all within the section, so the empty view is a section. I see. Okay, but when it's inside the section, then the type is erased, then it doesn't matter anymore within a section. Is that what is happening here? I mean, I guess that's fine. I mean, I can just let me wait a second. I can just take this out, right? I can okay, I can take this out. Okay, let me move this to another screen. Okay, so I'll move this here, navigation view, right? Navigation view. Then what I want is, nope, it still doesn't work. Will this work? No, cannot confirm to me because only a complete TypeScript. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Actually, it does make sense. Yeah. Okay. So the type from the example was list section, maybe a group. Group. No, I'm already using. No, the group has the same issue. It's exactly the same issue here. So wait a second. So if I cannot use a switch inside this body. I know I cannot do it. I don't think it will even compile. As far as I remember, maybe they added it on the latest versions. Did they? Yeah, I don't think it works. I don't think this would work. Yeah, this doesn't work. So maybe if I okay, so I mean, just for the sake of it, I'll put a list and I'll put a section, right? And it seems that the section actually does section empty view. Nope, still doesn't work. So wait a second. How do you actually replace the entire body? Because I don't. Okay, what it does here is it basically is like, okay, if this is this particular I mean, I can try this, but I still find it's okay. So he uses a group. Okay, so I'll go with the group just for the sake of this. Where were we? Okay, I'll take this out, right? And I'll just I don't know, view model dot states equals to is it, no, it is equatable. I know it is equatable. Okay. Okay, what is going on here? View model dot state dot. What is this? context. What is this stuff? Combine feedback UI. Not even using this. As far as I know, this is the state I want, but it's not. This is the state I want, but it's jumping to a different one. So if I do, okay, state dot okay, projected value. It's not projected value. It's state dot no, this how to actually access the Is it wrapped value? What was it? It was, I think it was one unwrapped value. Wait a sec. No, this is wrong. Oh, I see. I see how you fix this stuff. I see. Okay. Seriously, I find this slightly so you basically pass the view model, then you pass the state, and this is the correct way to access it because otherwise this wouldn't compile, and then you do erase. Is there an erase? No, it's any view. Is it any view? Is it like this? Because this is horrible. Like this is just this is just shenanigans. To any view, erase. I'm pretty sure there's a method here. Like I'm absolutely sure there's a method to get erase a type. No. No. Wait a second. I would expect it to actually have. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I can just have a SwiftUI extensions, and this is fine. And then what you want is an extension on a view, and you want erase to any view, and actually I'm thinking from a consumer point of view, what would be better? Probably a property, as a computed property, like any view, and then you get some view, and basically what you do is you return any view of self, right? This is and I don't think you need to return anymore. Okay, so instead of going around with this stuff, you can come here and say I need to compile this first, sorry. can actually say, and you can just say, Jesus Christ. Any view? No, this. How come this doesn't work? Oh God. Yep. You're right. Sorry. Okay, now this works, right? But I would like, yeah, this. Yeah, I guess you'd want us to keep in sync in how you have for the publisher. So if you go to a publisher like user storage, you have erase to any publisher, then you should have erase to any view, like just to keep in sync. That's erase to any view, just to keep them aligned. It's not a massive difference. From an implementation point of view, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just switching from a computed property to a function. Okay, and now, so now I can actually. Okay, actually now I don't even need the sections. Like it doesn't even make any sense anymore. So I can just come here and say, give me any view. You can take this out. You can take this out as well. You can do this, and you can erase to any view, and okay, not yet. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, what is the culprit? Where is the culprit here? Okay, so 1, 2. Yeah, okay, I'll just remove this, see where this goes. Okay, it should be. Okay, so missing return, which is this one. But what is the issue now? Is it that it wants this? Could it be that? Nope. Cannot convert files to some view to return any view, unless I do as any view. Maybe that's I guess that's I think that's the actual issue. It's you just want to this type. That's really what you want. So okay, beautiful. Okay, so now we have this stuff working. Let me just move some of this stuff around. Let me just move some stuff around. Okay, so if it's loading, I'm just gonna put something saying it's loading, and let's see if okay, so let's Okay, so I think this was a bit too fast. You can actually, yeah, this is definitely too fast. I'm not even sure if this is actually happening. So let me try again. No, I don't need this anymore. Nor this, nor this. I can just ignore this. I can just keep going. And nope. Okay, so it seems that at the point, okay, so it seems that at the point of even before did appear gets kicked here on the body, it seems that the view model already has done it dedicated because it already checked this persistence and saw, okay, there's nothing here, so let's move on. Yeah, so it doesn't, and honestly, I so the problem I have with this is that it's it feels that in this happens a lot of time in when you're doing reactive cocoa, or you're just not used to certain tools or certain ways of doing things, and you sort of, okay, this is fine, I'll go with this, because you're not used to the timings and you're not used to sort of deciding when things happen exactly, so you just go with the flow and you move on. But I don't really like that. Like, I want to say, for example, I want this check to happen when when did appear kicks off. That's really what I want. Um, I But for that to happen, I think I'll have to make further changes across the session view model, which I'm not even sure if they're worthwhile, to be honest. Because, sorry, what needs to happen now is you need to pass a signal or a method on the session view model that says, hey, you can start, right? And what is happening here right now is this thing, as soon as it's out initialized, it's just kicking off the state machine and it just starts humming, which can be fine, unless, and I think this is really the issue here. So if it was just checking the storage, loading something, I would say it's fine. It's probably it's not using a lot of resources. It's just checking the disk and then giving you something back. But in this case, actually, it's doing more than that. It's actually checking, trying to refresh the user and then saving it again. And this refresh user sort of, it's sort of annoying to me. To be honest, it's a bit annoying. So what I really want to do is actually something else. What I really want is a loop, a sort of a yet to start loop, something that hasn't begun yet. This is what I want. So from a consumer point of view, the way I see this would be something like start, right? Starts, and this thing just starts doing things, and you are here observing the state, and everything is fine. This is sort of the place where I want to be. I'm just in reactive Swift, this would be fairly straightforward to do. Here, let me think about this, because in reactive Swift you pretty much would just need a signal. You just need a signal, and from the start you just trigger that signal. And I don't think this is actually that difficult to do here. So you pretty much just need a starting trigger. You need a pass-through subject. You don't even care about the type. Like the type here is absolutely irrelevant for what you want to do, and you can immediately initialize this. It doesn't matter. And what you want is, when you do this, you send a value, right? You send, I think you can now just do this. Is this true? Yeah. 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 So this is what you want, right? And I think you can actually do it here. I'm just not. I don't think you even need a different state. I don't think you even need that. The only thing you need is something like, okay, let me just clean this up just to see it, to see a little bit better. I think the only thing you need is you pass the starting trigger here, right? And you pass it here. Like this. You pass. Okay, so you pass the triggering. Of course, this won't do. So you pass the triggering here, and now you just go to. Yep, you just go here, and you have the. Was it the last? Yeah, it's the last one. Yep. And the only thing you want to do out of this is, I think you just want to observe it. I don't think you need to do anything else out of this. Or is it the flat map? Let me think about this. I'm pretty sure it's a flat map. And it's a flat map because ultimately, and the reasoning here, my logic for this is, and I think this is why it's useful, this thought process, is that I might be completely wrong, but anyway, my reasoning for it to be a flat map is that if you look at this, what these guys are returning is always a publisher, right? And if you do a sync doesn't allow you to keep the chain going, so the sync just returns void and stops there. So this is called a side effect. While with a flat map, this is fine. And when the trigger starts, right, at this point is when you actually want. What is this one here? Wait a sec. Oh, I see. Okay, so contextual. I would assume it would be a flat map here. Cannot control of type, publisher flat map, pass through subject to closure of type. I need to check. I think I have an example of something like this on my previous project, because it's very similar, the logic. You have like yeah, it's very similar. You have a life cycle going on. I'm just not sure where I'm using it. Life cycle. life cycle. Am I using this thing anywhere? I don't think so. I don't think I'm using this anywhere. Or am I? Let me see. At this point, I'm just looking at a pair of different feedback loops that I have from the previous project, and I was pretty sure I was using this sort of stuff, but apparently I wasn't, because I'm not seeing anywhere where I'm using the life cycle, which is slightly annoying. Oh, but I have the actions observer. Okay, I have the actions observer, and the actions observer doesn't do anything? What the hell? What is this? I have to think about this. Because in theory, okay, let's actually try something else. So this is a void, right? This is void. I never remember the syntax on this. Like, you guys will start noticing that I barely remember anything. Like, I'm just doing stuff, right? I'm just trying stuff around. Cannot convert to closure result type session view model. I'm not particularly smart as well, because this should be enough. This should be enough. So when I reach this point, I need to, no, I don't need to close, but I need to erase again, or have to erase again, because that's sort of, why not? Here is void. I mean, there's nothing here. This is the type I want. Seriously? This is working? Jesus Christ. How the hell is this even working? Oh my god. How is this even working? I don't even know what the hell am I doing at this point. I mean, I understand this, but then, I mean, you guys will see that a lot of what I do here is just typing and trying to compile and see what comes out of it. Honestly, this thing doesn't even get highlighted. Like, it's just a joke. Okay, but the silver lining. So the silver lining here is that now that the session view model only starts when you do something. What you can do instead is you can come here and you can say start, or I don't really like the so the thing on the session view model is that when you have a session view model and you say start, it's sort of I think it sort of makes a little bit of sense. But when you have a main view model and you say start, it's sort of what does it mean start a main view model? What is going to happen? But let's let's use this for now. Again, this is not going to do anything, and actually now I need to add some state to this. I mean, it's all right. This doesn't really do anything. And you can say session. Wait a second. Oh, it's not public. Is that it? Yeah. You can actually say public, and then session. Okay, I need to compile, obviously. No, it will complain. No, it won't even complain. And you can say starts, and you can come to the. Is it on appear? Is it on appear? Why is it like this? I don't get it. Why is it? No, I remember it was on appear. On appear perform. Okay, so on appear, the only thing you do is you say view model dot start, and if all this work, if all these changes actually make any sense, then what is going to happen is you're going to see that it's loading, and then it will show up this. So let's see what happens. I think this is a very. Wait a sec. You're not gonna fool me on this. You're not gonna fool me on this. Aha. Exactly. Now it's working as expected. And if you take this out, okay, loading still appear. Why? Yes, of course. So this is fine. This is expected because you haven't kicked out. Yeah. Okay, so now it is working as expected. So just to do again, I need to unit test this. Like I'm gonna do an episode or just a session to unit test these things. I don't think this is I don't think it's fine to go to add so much code and there's absolutely no unit testing. It's not good. So if I take this out, okay, so if I take this trigger, so this is what actually triggers the machine, and if I leave this is fine, and I put the state here, the state is okay. So now what should happen is, because there is no trigger, the trigger doesn't exist anymore, and by not existing, what it means is that it will immediately try to get something out of it even before the main view is on. So my expectations is that it will only show unauthenticated. This is what was wrong, and what we fixed is by adding this trigger. So this is the trigger that will actually say, hey, wait a second, you're only gonna work when I tell you to work. And this is very important because it sort of puts you in control of what is happening. Let's see. And exactly, so now you have the loading, and now you have it authenticated. And obviously the loading here is quite fast because from yesterday, from what we did yesterday, you can see that it's not doing absolutely anything. It's failing immediately, so it's pretty quick to give you something back. So you can clean this. This is still complaining. I'll just put this for now. I don't want to see. I was gonna say I don't want to see the warning, but you're gonna see it anyway because of the LED. Okay, fine. Ooh, there's a warning here. Ooh, what is this? What am I doing? What is it? Pa- 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 pa. Mm. Is it this? It's probably it is this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this. I'm pretty sure it's this gentleman here, and I think I have. How do you call this? Like, is it observe on? It's not. Is it subscribe and then you pass the scheduler? Is that it? Specify the schedule which is perform subscribe, cancel, and request operations. Is it the? No, no. Wait a second. Wait a second. This is the bane of my living. So so there are two differences here. One is the scheduler where you want the work to be performed, right? This is I don't know, a network request, parsing, persisting. This is where, and typically is a background scheduler, and done. And the other method is the one where you say, hey, actually, I want you to deliver this piece of work on the main thread. So these are two sort of pairs that you get. The funny thing is that I always have to check. Even I mean, I've been using this for like 3-4 years. I always have to check which one is which. I have no idea, and it's I mean, I don't even feel bad about this. Like, I don't even care at this point. I will worry about other things in life. So I'm just checking the Ray Wenderlich. That's its receive. It's a goddamn receive. Jesus Christ. It's the receive, and you do dispatch q q.main. Yeah. So let's wait a second. What is happening here? Is it on? Okay. Okay, this is what you want. This is what you want. Do I have a bug? It's loading. Loading is a good thing, but I would like you to actually show me more things. What did I do for this to stop working? Is it this? What is happening here? What is happening here? It is actually. It is. Actually, it is. But then it complains that actually I'm an idiot because it literally says here, deliver this on. Okay, I mean, I don't think is this. I'm pretty sure it's not here because assign, yeah, assign returns your a subscription that then you store. What is the cat doing? What the hell are you doing? Okay, so in theory it should be this. You dispatch to the so, but it actually gets stuck here. It doesn't go anywhere, which is interesting. And you know what? I just have a feeling that I'm gonna spend a considerable amount of time just to fix this. I don't know why. Okay, so the queue, this is okay. Maybe the problem is here. Wait a second. I'm just looking what I did. Okay, I don't need to put the quality. I don't need to put this. Okay. Okay, so it seems to get stuck. It's not going anywhere. I just want to check if it's actually touching this. Tuck, tuck. It's not. It doesn't even. This thing does not get called whatsoever. Is it the problem being? Okay, let me just check the example from Serge on combined feedback just to see what he did on his. Just to see what he did. That's not what I want to see. This is what I want, and on the examples, so for example, the movie examples, the movies. What is okay? So he's using. Okay, so he's using. Oh, wait a second. I think the scheduler in this case is where the events are going to be delivered on. So this should be fine. Okay, so I'm the idiot here. Wait a second. I'm actually being the idiot here. Because in theory you actually can do this, and nope, that's not it. Okay. Let me see. I find this. Okay, this obviously gets called, right? But this bit here never gets called at all. Like, there's no way this is getting called. Goes fine, and that's it. It dies. There's nothing else happening here. Nothing else. But why? I'm pretty sure that this gets called. I'm absolutely sure that this gets called. Okay, this gets called, and obviously this gets called as well. Continues, and then when I send the value, and I'm on the main thread sending the value as expected, main thread, and then nothing at all. I'm actually curious now. What am I doing? I'm actually curious now if this gentleman here, and if I take this out, where is he being called? I'm actually curious about that now. Yep. I don't know why this is being called. I don't need this. Yep. Wait a sec. Okay, so now this is abnormal. because this only started happening when I put a dispatch main. Is there anything else that I'm... Okay, so if I switch back to what I had, this will work. I know it will work. I don't need this anymore. Okay, thread 1 main thread, so it's on a main thread running main thread main thread. Now this is a different thread. Now this is main thread again, and now I have this complaining saying publishing changes from background threads is not allowed. Make sure the publish values from the main thread the operators like receive on. And the reason why this is happening, I'm pretty sure it's here. This is the problem. I'm just not sure why this is the problem. I'm very... I mean, I'm not too sure if this would make any difference, to be honest. I'm not too sure this would make any difference. No, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference at all. So let me see how this gentleman does that. Is it... there should be a dispatch somewhere on this code base. Dispatch. No. I mean, could I do this? Dispatch. What is happening here? It's shenanigans here. Not this. This is fine as well. Aha. And this works actually. This seems legit. It's as legit as it goes. Right? It is as legit as it goes. I don't think there's anything wrong with this approach. I'm actually very... What are the cats doing again? God damn it. I mean, it's fine. It's here. It can be here. There's no issue with that. I'm pretty confident about that. What I'm not confident about is why the hell is this thing not working? Because the only thing you're doing is you're observing state, and every time a value is delivered, so this mapping here you're just saying, hey, make the map on the main thread, which I mean, having it here or there, I don't think it would make any difference at all. I think it would be completely fine. So what is missing here? yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna finish for today. I think it's purple if I just drill this down until I find the problem, and then I'll share with you guys what's the actual problem. Um, as I told you 10 minutes ago, I had a feeling that I was gonna spend uh, uh, a non-trivial amount of time on this stuff. Uh, wait a second. Why is it calling? Ah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It gets the first. It gets the first. And because the mapping is happening before the receive, it's still on another thread, and it's loading. It's stuck here. It doesn't do anything. So I need to see what is going on. So thank you very much. See you next time.